It is important that you're excellent at whatever it is that you do. And with me in the studio today is an excellent teacher in the person of Seun Awodiji. Hi, Seun.
Hi, Kola.
How are you doing?
I'm very well.
All right, Seun, you've been a teacher for about 10 years now,
Yes.
or over 10 years.
10 years.
And I find you to be an amazing teacher, right?
Thank you.
So what makes a teacher excellent in your opinion?
Okay, in my opinion, what makes a teacher excellent? I think your ability to go the extra mile is one. Two, of course, subject knowledge. You must know know what you're teaching. You're going to deliver, to children who are future leaders. So you must be able to dot your I's, cross your T's, do whatever it is within your power to make sure that you're delivering, 100 all the time. Also, I said, being able to go the extra mile. I think that's really what separates a mediocre from an excellent teacher. How willing are you to do the extraordinary? Something that, okay, you're not doing it because you want to show off or because you want them to pat you at the back. You're doing it because this is what you're supposed to do. This is what, So that's why I said you need to be able to give of yourself without being asked. So that's very key. Being able to give of yourself, being able to deliver on the job, being punctual, of course. Yes. All those things go without, saying. So yeah.
Going the extra mile, doing a bit more than you're paid for.
A bit more, absolutely. Way more than you're paid for. Yeah.
So let's take a moment to talk about presentation. What is the role of presentation in education? For example, we've got many teachers who today dress shabbily, if I may say so. What role does presentation play? You're a teacher and you look this amazing. I mean, you look like a fashion model, in my opinion. So, what role does presentation play?
I think presentation is 100. I'll give myself as an example. Everywhere I go and I say I'm a teacher, they take a second look like, are you sure you're not a model or you're not, but I'm a teacher because I feel that I'm a professional. And, like they say, dress the way you want to be addressed. Sure. That's your first, what do you say now? How do you say it? That's what people see. First impression. So, I feel that as a teacher, the more reason why you should even dress, extraordinarily, because your children are going to look up to you. My children say to me all the time, "Oh, Miss Awodiji, my mom has that top. Yeah. Oh, I love your hair." They're in awe of me, if I can use that word. Yeah, they're literally in awe, and they're staring and like, "Oh, you're so beautiful," and I'm like, "Okay," So they really see you. They see you, and so you need to be 100. Yeah.
Okay, so since most teachers are underpaid, how have you been able to make up for that shortage? How do you make enough money? Do you make enough money?
I do. Well,
so how?
The thing about making enough money is the money will never be enough, or can never be enough. But I'm content. I earn well, yeah, because I know my onions. And I demand what I will.
So apart from making money from the school you teach at, are there other ways you make money that are still connected to education?
Oh, absolutely. So I recently started training, and I get, teachers, school owners who call me every now and then, to come train their teachers, and I get paid. Of course, some are free, and I also used to do extra lessons, a while ago. That's how I was able to afford all my many trainings, because I love to improve myself, So, and I remember when I used to say, oh, I would never go to anyone's house to teach them, but hey, there's so many other things, by the way, apart from extra lessons. So many. You can write an ebook. If you go online, you see like 100 ways. There's so many teachers doing phenomenal things, You, for example, you make excellent shirts, and I was one of your first customers, Yeah. Color makes excellent shirts. That's another way. So you need to identify what you're good at. What do you think, So
having other streams of income.
Very, very important.
Yes,
very
don't
important.
All have to be connected to education.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Teachers are very conservative. I used to be like that. But like we say, this is 21st century. We've gone way past that. Your knowledge is gold. Someone with Stephanie Obi, if you don't know her, please go and Google her. She wrote a book, Knowledge is Gold, and knowledge is really gold. Selling what you know, trust me, it is key. So there's so many things we need to do. We need to get off our bottoms, and not sit down and say we're not paid well. There's so many things that we can do.
So what do you have to say about the mindset of teachers, where teachers see themselves as being bottom feeders? They see themselves as being the lowest on the ladder of life. Why? Okay, well, let's not go into the why. What do you have to say about this? How can teachers get their psyche up to see themselves as molders of life? They're the ones who train every other person, every doctors, lawyers, and all of that. How do we make teachers see themselves as important people?
Okay, you see, so things like that I really don't know, because I feel that nobody can make you see yourself as something. It has to come from you. So I think people who aren't there yet need to do a little bit of soul searching, because it needs to come from inside. I tell my children that all the time. I can only do this and do that for you, but you need to see yourself as excellent as well. So I think that teachers need to snap out of it. I don't know how they're going to do it, because I can't really do it for you. You know, I don't know how.
But you agree with me that teachers kind of
absolutely
look down on themselves.
They do. You know, and I have never for one done that. Like, I gladly announce, and people they take a second look, and that's like, they should, you know, because I own this profession.
Yeah.
You know, I'm owning it. Like, no complaints whatsoever. The same way they're owning their own professions. Like, it's not competition, you know, but just because I see my worth, I see how important my job is. So I think that teachers need to see, and they need to know that your job is the most important on this earth. You will need to own it. And until we get there, you know how they say intrinsic motivation. I think they need to get there for themselves and begin to own this profession and begin to change things, because so many people are already doing so many things already.
Thank you for that answer. So teachers, you need to know your worth. You need to know your worth. All right, what role does passion play in all of this?
Passion. Okay, so I'll start from my teaching journey. I didn't always think that I'll teach. Yeah, I did education and everything, you know, but I think what changed for me was when I went for teaching practice, you know, and I found myself in a class. I'm sure the children there were probably older than me. But
that was what happened to me.
Yes.
As well. I went for teacher practice.
I was owning that stage. Like, I was on top of the world. And that's how I knew. I just knew that, look, I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. You know, I will prepare my lessons, SS1, even if I didn't know the maths or anything. But, you know, I felt really, really good. And I knew that, look, this is where I'm meant to be.
Yes.
And I put myself, I knew, and the thing about me is that, see, your self-worth has to be 100. I don't care what it's called, but you have to believe in yourself so much. I remember when I was 7 and I kept telling them, I'm going to work at that school, I'm going to work at that school. And, you know, people kept looking at me like, it's not like you're bragging, but I cannot believe you, you know, because I kept saying, look, people will want to hire me. And I did my bit to get there, you know. So yes, you have to love the job, you know, you have to, I think that's what should drive you, you know. But then again, I'm also of this school of thought, you know. I used to feel that teaching is a calling and all of that. But there's some people who just kind of found their way and they're kicking ass. I'm sorry to use that word. They're doing great
really well,
because they found themselves in that profession, and then they did the work. You know, they put in the work. They did everything, and they're doing great. Some of them didn't read education, some of them did, you know. So yes, passion is very key, you know, very, very key. You need to love the job. You need to love children, you know, because I think loving the job is what makes you go the extra mile, you know, because if you're just there passing time, well, the thing I really want to do is going to come sooner rather than later, you know. So I think that's what really separates you. That's what makes you, you know, plan yourself. This is my long-term goal. I'm going to be in this career for so and so. Yeah, so I think that's what really drives you, you know.
So the passion comes before the excellence.
Yeah, it does.
So when passion marries discipline, then you have excellence.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. So what should employers look for in prospective employees? Teachers.
Okay, so what should they look for? I'll give myself as an example. So for every interview I've been at, the first thing is, so they like how I look, they like how I speak. So you have to look the part. You need to work on yourself. I know people who don't speak well, or who didn't used to speak well, and who have gone, you know, they've gone for speech therapy. So you need to work on yourself. You need to look the part. You know, employers of labor are looking for people who they would want to present as someone who works for me. Presentation. You know, I remember at my last school, and you know, she said to me, in fact, she said to the parents that sometimes when you look at people, you say, oh, it's the kind of people I want in my, you know, establishment. And, you know, and that has always been it for me. So I think employers of labor are looking for teachers who speak well, of course, who dress well, and who are teachable. In as much as, yes, I have the qualifications and everything, I can. For every place I have been at, there has been tremendous growth. I have always been one to say, oh, I don't know it all. Of course, even if I know it all, there's still something to learn. I'm constantly learning. So you must have a teachable spirit. You must know the work, subject knowledge, of course, and then presentation.
Thank you. All right. What we're going to talk about next is uniqueness. How it is, how your uniqueness kind of sets you apart and you know, helps you show your worth and show your excellence as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a classroom teacher as well, and like I said earlier, that in the classroom, what I do is, apart from teach these kids numeracy and literacy and science and all those, I look out for talent, hidden talent.
Yeah.
So I see a child who can sing, one who can dance and all of that, and then I try to give them a stage, a place to practice, and also showcase those abilities in front of audiences. Now this improves their self-confidence and also helps them understand that if I can do well at this, then I can do well in the classroom as well.
Yeah.
So my uniqueness is that I bring out hidden talent in kids. In what areas are you unique? What makes you different from every other teacher?
I think what makes me different from every other teacher is my ability to connect with the children on a deeper level. I think that's unique because I'll give an example of Tofumi. I taught Tofumi over 9 years ago, and she still keeps in touch.
How long have you been teaching?
10 years.
10 years.
So basically, that was my first. She was my first student. Like, I was fresh.
Yeah.
I was young, and she probably saw that this is someone I can. Like, she literally has stuck. Every time I want to say, this babes, she's following me on Facebook, she's adding me on Instagram, and I'm like, okay. She keeps in touch, and there must be a reason why. I think I connect with them on a deeper level. I see them for who they are, and they write me notes and say, oh, Miss Audiji, thank you for loving us just the way we are. Thank you for accepting all our notes. I just, and I'm not nice. I'm not mean, but I am, I'm firm. I'm always, I said to them the other day, and I'm like, oh my God, this job will be like, Miss Audiji has come again. I said to them, I'm always on the right side of the law. So I will see you doing something bad, and keep quiet. Yeah. So I think they're able to see that my heart is really sincere towards them. Yeah. And I think that's how I basically live. So I try to connect with their core. And that's what's unique about me. And they see that I go the extra mile. I give of myself. For every lesson, I give 100. So yeah.
Thank you very much. It's been fun chatting with you here today. This has been for you. And teachers, remember, you need to find your uniqueness, find your selling point, find what it is that makes you different from every other person. It is that selling point of yours that would translate to excellence. Yeah. Do you have any final words for all the teachers watching?
Yes. On a final note, I'll just say, you need to be more than a teacher. Move from being a teacher to being a mentor. What influence are you going to leave with these children? How are you going to impact their lives? When they think about you 2 years from now, 4 years from now, what are they going to say about you? Are they going to remember you for probably sleeping or, being on your phone all the time? Because they see you. So be a good influence and be a mentor to the children. Thank you. And
Ms. Abodiji, does a lot of free trainings, by the way. That's another area of uniqueness that you have that you didn't mention. She does a lot of training. She's an amazing facilitator. Amazing. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.
See you next time.